What's up guys, it's Lacko, and today I got a video on the finals. If you enjoyed today's video, as always, leave a like, leave a comment down below on your thoughts of the finals season 2, if you're still playing the game or not. It would actually be very interesting to hear, and subscribe if you're new. With the launch of season 3, I personally was hoping, alongside the community, that there would be a much bigger player boom than there's turned out to be. The finals active player base on Steam did fall off very quickly after launch. The average player count dropped drastically by around February-March time. Season 2 didn't bring back that many players, and season 3 hasn't either. Obviously, people came back to the game because there was new content, but it just hasn't kept people around. So today I'm going to be speaking about my personal thoughts and opinions on why I think this has happened, and I do have to say in advance, this is not a video hating on the finals at all. I actually love the game. I haven't been playing it as much as I used to, admittedly, but nevertheless, Embark have done an incredible job with the finals in terms of frequent updates, decent content in the stores, because obviously it's a free-to-play game. The only way they really make money is people paying for cosmetics on the store. And in free-to-play games, I'm like completely with this. I do support it, especially when it's nothing that's pay to win. It's purely just cosmetic, and honestly, the finals has got the best cosmetics I've seen out of any FPS game in terms of creativity and just bringing value to the money that you're paying. But one of the main reasons I think the finals has been slowly dwindling off and has been struggling to keep players active is the fact that it feels too competitive all the time. Now, I know that the game in nature is quite competitive, but a lot of people have said this, and I think this is actually a great idea, is that there should be more casual based game modes that maybe don't punish you as much. Like, I thought the 5v5 mode Power Shift was going to be that, but it wasn't. If anything, it felt like a ranked mode. I'd done a video on this probably about 2 to 3 months ago on like how the enemies had pushed like 75 towards our spawn, so they were winning by a long shot, and I died second on my team, so someone was already dead. I then got killed, and I had something like a 25 or 26 second spawn delay. Now, I know stuff like this has been changed, but what I thought was going to be a very fun casual mode just turned out to be a sweatfest and felt like ranked. But there was clear metas in the game running like dome shield and stuff. Heavies being far too strong. I think they are now not too bad, but they're still quite strong. And obviously the light class as well got nerfed massively when it came to the invisibility and stuff, because that was irritating as hell. And Embark did take a long time to iron out these issues with the heavy and the light class. There was clear strong metas in the game, and they were irritating as hell to deal with. They have turned it around in ways, and I feel like the reason why the game feels so sweaty is because realistically, the only people that are consistently playing this game are the people that are really good at it. I would say average, but they're good. They play the game consistently. I don't play the game consistently. I find myself to be an average player. I'm not too good, I'm not too bad, I'm somewhere in the middle. But one way I feel like they could really diversify here is by bringing something like a conquest or a domination mode where, let's say you've got 5 players each team, or maybe 6 or 7, where you have unlimited respawns, you don't have like a delay time, and a whole thing with like the defibs on the med class. So they adjusted the way the defibs worked, where now when you heal someone, there's like a little bar and it takes them a few seconds to spawn in. They did add that change quite a while ago now when I think about it, but I feel like in a game mode that's very casual, they could get rid of that and you just instantly spawn. It does feel like a more ranked mode sort of feature to the defibs. That's just one thing, for example, but a more casual domination or conquest mode where you are just fighting for flags and stuff, you're running around. I don't know, I feel like something like that could do very well. And although the nature of the finals is very competitive, you can still have game modes like that where they're competitive in a sense, but it's not too sweaty, especially if you have more average casual players playing. I feel something like that just desperately needs to be added to the game, something where you can just hop on, have a bit of fun and hop off. Because me personally, I have a very mixed bag of games. The last time I played this was about 2 weeks ago with Mads, and we were playing World Tour, and we had a good teammate. And obviously World Tour is like the new sort of ranked version of doing tournaments, and then the ranked tournaments has just been replaced with terminal control. I think that's what it's called. I absolutely hate that game mode. I never touch it. Played it once when it was added in season 1, and that was about it. And I know for the very competitive players, this annoyed them quite a bit, but I feel like for the finals, to bring back the average casual players, they do need to just focus more on the casual players. You can still have competitive aspects, because people do love that. There's people that love milsim type games, because people do love it, but there's some people that don't. And I've got a friend at work, right? He's just a casual gamer every now and then. He's got kids, super busy, and he used to play the finals quite a bit, but he hasn't touched it in months now because he said it just feels far too sweaty. He can't just hop on for like a game or two while his kids are asleep and then, and hop back off. He can't do that. Because even when you are playing with casual game modes, they still just feel really sweaty. And the gameplay you're going to be seeing in the background is the first game me and Maz played in like, I think it was around 2 weeks. We hopped onto a game of World Tour, and bear in mind, we're like bronze 3 or something like that, whatever the lowest rank is, because we don't play it. That's whatever rank we are, and it felt so much more difficult than that, and it felt like we were playing for our lives. Like, it's nuts. And we don't mind games being sweaty, but when we were playing like a few weeks ago, it didn't really feel like that at all. And we did have the one rare moment where it's just us two playing, and our teammate was decent. He wasn't communicating per se, but he was paying attention to the map and the way we were playing, and we worked well as a team, and we won the tournament straight away. But it is sad to see the finals drop off like this, because I mean, as of right now, battling with Battlefield 2042 in terms of like average players, and obviously I know these are just Steam charts, and with the finals you've got console players, and then with Battlefield 2042 you've got people that are playing on Steam, people that are playing on new gen and old gen consoles, you've got people also playing on EA, like myself. I play pretty much all Battlefield games on EA. So taking that into mind, I would say Battlefield 2042 is averaging more players from all them platforms than the finals is, which is horrendous. I gotta say. But it's sad to see, because me personally, I love Season 3. I feel like the map Kyoto was incredible. The way it was designed and everything, it works very well. I don't really have many negatives to say about the map. I do thoroughly enjoy it. But Season 3 of the finals was great, and I feel like the whole community was hoping that more players would come back. Obviously, Embark hoped that too, but it just hasn't really happened. It's died off quite quickly, and it is sad to see, because I love the finals. I want it to do well. Embark are an incredible team. They've always been very transparent. Credit where credit's due. Even if you dislike the finals and the type of game it is, you have to respect the fact that Embark are actually putting effort into the game. But I personally do believe the fact that the game just feels too sweaty and doesn't appeal to enough casual players is the main reason why the game isn't performing as well as it should. And that's not to say that it shouldn't be competitive, but I feel like there needs to be more casual modes. A domination or a conquest, like I said earlier, I feel like that would do very well. Just capture flags or something, or a TDM game, that could do very well. I mean, hell, even I would play them, because I don't always want to hop on and play a ranked game mode. And I know we do have some casual modes like quick cash and cash out and stuff. I can't remember if one of them was removed from the playlist. I haven't checked, but they felt very sweaty too. Even Banquet, I stopped playing Banquet like 4 or 5 months ago, mainly because of a whole light meta, but it just felt far too sweaty. Like, I'd go into a game of Banquet. The last game I actually played was about 2 or 3 months ago, and it was just full of light classes. I think I was the only medium in the game, but I used to play it consistently over quick cash. Luckily myself, I don't primarily make content on the finals. I used to do quite a few videos on it, but I haven't primarily done it ever, and I'm glad I didn't, because there are some YouTubers like OTTR, sorry if I'm saying his name wrong, it could be Otter, but I've just always referred to him as OTTR. He released a video a few days ago talking about the state of the finals and how it's like negatively affecting him when it comes to income revenue, and he streams, I think it's like 10 or 12 hours a day, he said.
And once the finals becomes hype again, I'll be there, but until it isn't, I literally can't afford it. Whether I believe in it and whether I even enjoy it or not. If Season 4, for some reason, isn't popping off, I may have to shelve the game completely, or we're just gonna have to wait until people start paying attention to it again, because I cannot be the person to wait around and then turn all the lights off. I financially cannot.
And it's sad to see when content creators like that are like putting their all into it, and they're really trying, but they're struggling to keep afloat. The mass viewer base for the finals just isn't there, but the viewer base that is actually quite strong and consistent. The people that love this game really do love it. I'm not sure how bad it is now, because I've only played one game recently, but a few weeks ago, or even up to a month ago, when me and Maz were playing, we were having a massive issue when it came to cheaters, especially when using the light class. Like, they'd run around with throwing knives, and there was one game I had, right, with this guy. We spawned in, and as soon as like any team could meet, unfortunately for me, he met me and my team, he done something stupid like 2.5 or 3k damage within about 10 to 15 seconds, where we were just constantly healing each other as mediums, but he just absolutely wiped us. And Embark are very good at getting rid of cheaters on the game, but it's, you know, it's just an issue of a free-to-play game, and it just turns you off on a game like this where it is quite competitive. You know, you got small teams, the combat's intense, dying really matters in this game, and then you come across a cheater and it just ruins it for you completely. But anyway, that's my thoughts and opinions on why I think the finals is dying. Again, I love this game. I hate to see it crumbling down like this. The community that the finals does have is very strong. I'm just really hoping that Embark can pull something out of the bag to pull more casual players in. I imagine they're cooking something, because they've always got something up their sleeve. When the game released, it felt like a beta to me personally. And then when season 1 released, it felt like it ironed out a lot of issues, because a lot of the updates, primarily before season 1, were just fixing issues with the game, balancing stuff. And Embark, again, do like a fantastic job in terms of fixing things and pushing out updates. I've never seen a dev company push out updates this consistently when it comes to balancing and changing, addressing things in the game. They're a great team, and I really want the finals to pick up again. 4 or 5 months ago, when me and Maz played quite a bit of the finals, maybe even 6 months ago, I think it's right, yeah, January, February time, it felt like the SPMM was absolutely cranked up in casual, in big quotation marks, in casual game modes like quick cash. Everything was just so sweaty that it felt like we were playing the regular ranked game mode they had back in the game then, before World Tour, before Terminal Attack and that. It just felt like we were playing ranked all the time, and it really put us off from the game, and we didn't return until season 1, which is really upsetting. I don't know what happened there. I wasn't keeping up together with all the patch notes and stuff that was coming out. I don't know if there was an issue with SBMM, but god, yeah, it felt atrocious. We sporadically just come in and out of the finals. Sometimes, like last night, it just goes horribly wrong, and then sometimes it goes amazingly well, and we have a ton of fun and really enjoy ourselves, where the games are pretty well balanced. We're not playing against easy people, but you know, we are occasionally winning and stuff. Teams are trading. It doesn't feel like there's 1 or 2 teams that are just absolutely decimating the other 2.